I wasn't gonna make this video, but I'm a hairstylist who doesn't really care if you color your hair at home or not. I'm not gonna tell you not to do it. What I will say is educate yourself on what needs to be done, and do it the right way, and actually figure out where you need to purchase something from. Don't just go on Amazon or to Sally's or to Walmart and buy a box and you don't know what you're doing. So here's something that you can use. This is from IGK Hair. You can see it down at the bottom. This is their site. And they make permanent color kits. So right here under the description, there is a hairstylist who figured out these colors and how they needed to be formulated. And you can pick from all colors, black, brown, blonde, and it'll tell you to find the color that you want. And it also tells you how to figure out what you need in short or fine hair and how many boxes you need to buy. And you can even subscribe so that you are able to get it monthly or however many months apart you need it. And not only that, but they even have a little shade chart up at the top that takes you through a little questionnaire to help you figure out what you need. And it has every level that I saw from 9 to 3, and it has the different shades. So if you're a natural, if you want like a warmer tone or a cooler tone, it has shades for that. So see how in the first one that I shared of this, it was blonde and it was level 9, and now this is a 6N. And this is a really popular color for most people who are brown and they just want to cover some gray. This is a really good, popular color, and they have these options at every level and also different shades. See, they have the reds right there. So you can scroll through and it should help you in that questionnaire, the shade finder. It'll tell you what shade you need to look for. But I would be doing myself and my whole industry a disservice if I didn't tell you the reasons why to go to a salon or a hairstylist to get it done instead of just doing it yourself at home. So I'm going to use this handy little tool to teach you why. So here's the thing that I know that I took years to learn and figure out and really perfect and get down to a science, because it's chemistry. So I'm going to know the level that you're starting at, and then right here it's going to tell me the texture of your hair and also the percentage of gray. This is something that I can tell without having this handy little tool. I don't need this. I can just tell from looking at your hair. Not only that, but taking into account the texture of your hair, whether it's fine, average, or coarse, I know what level that I need to start with. That also tells me what developer that I need to mix it with. And I take those things into account and understand those things so that it informs what color I'd pick for you, what I'm going to mix it with, developer and color-wise, what shade do I want to pick, how much of your underlying pigment am I going to expose. And for your final result, do I need to create any kind of lift, or do I just need to deposit? Or if you have 25 to 50% of gray, am I lifting and depositing at the same time? And why would I choose permanent color over demi-permanent color? Even these little things make a difference. One of these I'm going to use to only mix lightener with, and the other one I'm going to use only to mix color with. And also these. There's a reason that I would use each one of these for something, and they're all going to be used for something different. So I don't think that I would use any of these to apply permanent color on the hair, and that's going to be the other thing that I just know what I need to do and why I need to use a certain tool. And not saying that you can't learn that, or saying oh, you don't know what I know. I'm not trying to put anyone down, but I just understand and have taken many years to learn and understand why I would choose a certain tool over another one, and that's just not something that when you don't do hair. And also, I can see the back of your head, and you might spend a little bit more time on it, or it might be nice to just sit there and have someone else do it for you, and it's a little bit more difficult to do it on yourself. But I understand doing the color yourself, trying to save money. Some stylists way overcharge and you don't feel like you can afford them, and you don't find the value in it, and that is totally fine. So you have to decide if you find a stylist who is valuable enough that you're willing to pay the price that they're charging, and also someone who's not overcharging. I understand not going to someone who's charging too much. I just wanted to come on and say all that and make the point to say that stylists know what we're doing that we don't even tell you about, and you wouldn't even know. Because I think some of it is stuff that some people don't even know how to explain that they know how to do, or they feel like they don't need to. And I never was sitting behind the chair doing a client's color saying, oh, this is what I picked and this is why and these are the reasons. I love talking about the chemistry and I know it like the back of my hand because I've put myself through all these classes. But this is just to say that your stylist does know what they're doing, even if they don't tell you, and there is a point to getting a stylist to do it. Like, it's valuable. I think part of the reason that we think like, oh, this stylist is charging too much, which some of them they are way overcharging, and I totally understand. But even to the point that like a stylist is paying like $100 or something like that, I think the reason that some clients don't see the value in it, in paying someone a little bit extra or paying someone what they're worth, is because they don't understand what goes into it, and that's because we as stylists don't explain it. I understand from a client perspective, like, they don't know what goes into it, and to them, as I've heard some people say, oh, they're just slapping color on my hair, it should be easy. But there are so many things that you have to think about and consider as a stylist when you're doing a color, and it's not just slapping color on someone and letting it process. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have a stylist that you value. And if you're doing color at home yourself, I'm advocating for IGK hair boxes, color kits, whatever you want to call it, because at least it's a professional who developed it with like your hair shade in mind and your hair type, and like it's just a little better, I think actually way better than going to Walmart and getting like a $5 box. And those boxes, I mean those kits, I don't want to call it a box, those kits of color from IGK hair, they're made by a professional stylist, and they were what, $23? Like, that's similar to what you're going to spend on, you probably need to get 2 kits, sorry. So anyways, I digress. I hope this was helpful, but go to IGK Hair website and see if you can find your color, and maybe try it. Just try it, and let me know what happens.